Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? My name is Juwan Rohan, and this is the Misguided Podcast, where we intend to guide you to a better future. I'm sitting here with Ian Kelly, the artist out of the Bay Area. How you doing today, my brother?
Man, I'm doing very well, bro. Appreciate you tapping in.
Of course, man. It's I've seen music a while ago, and I kept seeing it pop up, and I was like, his flow is dope, and being an artist myself, I like the storytelling, right? I like the telling of what the society is going through, and you do a lot of that. And I was like, I like his flow. We got a lot of mutual friends. I was like, I gotta listen to more of his music and kind of know who the hell he is, right? Facts. So I appreciate you coming up here. We're gonna get into your story today, so the audience knows. We also going to talk about your journey into music and how you're trying to turn that into financial wealth and generational wealth. And so let's go ahead and tap into it. Where are you from?
I am from Oakland, California. Some people like to call it the town. And if I'm exact, I'm from East Oakland. There you go.
Oh, you're from the East. Where in the East?
I always stayed over by High Street and 55th. My mom used to stay actually like on High Street, real close to Fremont. And then my pops actually grew up, I grew up in Maxwell Park at my pops' crib. So, balance.
Oh, yeah. There you go. That's cool. Yeah, I used to back in the day, I used to have AAU practice out in the East. I was in them streets a little bit. But yeah, man, it's cool. It's crazy, bro. So I'm in real estate now. I'm a realtor out here. So
word.
Yeah. And just to see, growing up there, just to see the gentrification, it's not even gentrification, but also just like the changes out there in real estate. Because growing up as a kid, you go into a house and you like, this is what we got, right? This is just the way all the houses are. Not knowing that like 2 houses down is like a mansion, right?
Right.
It's like, whoa. Like, wait, we live here, but literally 2 blocks away up the hill is like a whole different ball game. It's like shit. So just learning like the whole thing of, why gentrification happens, why these neighborhoods are changing so much. It's like, damn, like my favorite store is gone. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
What doesn't change, what I notice a lot is liquor stores. Liquor stores just always there, huh?
They're always there. They either look the same or they get a little fancier.
Facts. Or they add chicken. What's that? Crispy chicken, crispy crunch.
I ain't gonna knock crispy crunchy though. I'm sorry. They
go crazy. It go crazy, but it's like, they didn't have that back in the day. They had like the little hot wings or the hot dogs. They had the hot dogs or the taquitos.
Bro, I never ate none of those, bro.
Yeah.
It looked like my stomach was gonna go through it eating that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away.
Facts. I stay with the bag of chips, but but yeah, man, that's cool. So from the east, have you always lived in the Bay? Did you go somewhere else?
I'm born and raised in the Bay Area, but in 2017, I actually from 2017 to 2020, I lived in North Carolina. So the record label I'm on, Jamla Records, they're out that way. So you feel me? I uprooted here and did a lot of artist development out there. Just kind of was in an incubator, just kind of getting ready. And then 2020 came and I just kind of hit the ball running.
So did they find you? You were living here and they found you and was like, hey, we want to sign you. Come to NC. Is that so?
Craziest thing. So my big brother from another GQ was also on the label. He actually started something called ODS One Day Soon. It was an artist collective. And he was already on Jamla. So 2016, we flew out there.
Okay.
Met Ninth, met Rhapsody, got to meet the whole squad. Kind of like an artist camp damn near for like a week. And then when we came back, bro, let me know. He was like, yeah, actually, he had to go back out there. I'm like, yeah, bro, go. And then he was like, but they want you to come back and they want several other people to come back too. So at that point, that's when I took my leap of faith and said, I'm going to North Carolina for a second.
There you go. So did you just book a one way and was like, I'll figure it out?
Pretty much.
That's a leap. That's a leap.
we all came together though, and then we stayed actually at Rhapsody's crib and the other homie and president of the label Cash. We stayed at their crib for a second, as we found our crib. So we was air mattressed out for about like a week. You feel me? And then we finally got a crib, and it was cool from there.
That's dope, man. That's a good story, and that's a good leap of faith because look where it brought you now. So that's amazing. And sometimes you got to take that and not know kind of what's in front of you, right? You kind of just got to go through the tunnel and not know what's on the other side.
Especially if you're passionate about something.
Yeah, because what even hurts worse than going through that tunnel and I know what's on the other side is like not going through that tunnel and that what if feeling of like, what if I would have done that? Or what if, it's like the OGs, like I always use this analogy, but like when you play basketball with OGs, they like, man, if I would have hit the gym a few more times, I would have been better than you back in the day. It was like that what if, right? Like, come on, bro.
no lie, I for surely feel you about the passion part, because I was about to say, I got a sister from another mister that's a realtor. Her name is Martinique Petty, and like she took a leap of faith. She was working like 9 to 5s for like 10 years, and then took a leap of faith into being a realtor. And then you can see how life changes when you actually go with your passion. You feel me?
Yeah, facts. I kind of took that leap of faith recently too. I actually didn't become a realtor until pandemic, and I always I love real estate. I love real estate investing more than I do like being a realtor. But I actually lost my job during COVID, so it kind of forced me in that situation. It was like, nah, nigga, go. You know what I mean? So yeah, and that's like a whole like. It's not a whole different industry that I was in because I was in sales for Coca-Cola. So, selling Coca-Cola versus selling homes is pretty much the same thing, but it's like a whole different, type of category, right?
You lived many lives, haven't you?
Bruh, so many. Yeah. I'm still living, bruh. But yeah, man, so I feel it. Leap of faith. What was your first introduction to music?
First introduction to music probably was Pops slapping Michael Jackson. That's what I remember. Like when I have a memory of my first time, I was like 5 years old in the kitchen, and like remember the time was on or something.
Remember that. That's one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs for real. It's so smooth and it's so long. All of his songs,
bro. I used to be the biggest Mike fan. Like, bro, I was in that kitchen dancing for about 30 minutes after that. Like, my parents told me about that, so I was like, yeah, Mike for sure.
You was Jackson 6. Ian Jackson 6.
Today, what's happening?
Facts. That's dope, man. Yeah. Usually I hear it's like, yeah, my pops introduced me to music. He was listening to Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac, but you said Michael Jackson, so that's amazing, bro. That's amazing. That's cool. So that was your first introduction. Now, when was kind of your first introduction putting pen to paper?
Actually, bro, I remember it like yesterday. Now, high school. I was in high school.
Okay.
And my partners all started rapping, and like they was really getting into it. So I was just quietly like one day I was listening to Gucci Mane. So like I think it was So Icy, and I wrote down his verse, and then I saw his flow, and then I replaced all his words with my own words, and then I went back to class with my partner like, hey, bro, like I wrote a verse, and like check it out. And then like he read it and he's like, nigga, you about to rap. What's going on? And I'm like, nah, bro. I said, I just took his flow. He's like, whatever, you rapping, bro. So at that point, then they start wanting me to get on songs and stuff. So
that's dope, bro. That's dope. You know what's crazy is like back in the day, like it's not what it was now where you could just go to YouTube and look up a tight beat, right? And freestyle to it. It was like, all right, I really like this song, right? Icy, So Icy. Let me write my verse to it. So you would have to like play the music and just rap in your head over Gucci Mane rapping. Yeah. It's not like you could just get his voice out of there. So exactly. you had to do it hella times.
I had to take it really old school, bro. I was extra replay with the CD Walkman. Had the MP3 Walkman that played
bro. Like, like you can't fit it in your pocket. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's like, what do you do with this thing? Like, yeah. And then they came out with the what's the little MP3 players?
Bro, Zoom? Was it called Zoom?
Yeah, bro. It was just crazy, man. Good times. What year did you graduate high school?
Oh, you're gonna out me right now. That's cool. 08.
Okay. Oh, you acted like you hella old. Come on, man.
I know, but my face, people don't know my age, so you feel me? I'll be ducking and diving.
Yeah.
You gotta guess, but yeah.
Hey, honestly, I thought you was younger than me until I heard you speak. I think it's your voice that gives it away. I mean, not in a bad way. I think it's like a very mature voice. But you look hella young though.
Hey, bro, I kid you not. That's been me since like I was younger. I remember being 17. I remember being 17, working at a grocery store, and somebody like talking to me. They were like, "Oh, okay." And then when I started talking to them, they were like, "Wait, how old are you?" And then when I got my age, they were like, "Okay." They said, "You look like a baby, but you sound pretty mature."
That's dope.
15,
yeah. And it comes in handy with rap, right? Like I got a super raspy voice. So a lot of people like that, right? But I can't sing for shit because of it. So like, you know what I mean? So it's like but yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, hey, yeah, I got some homies that graduated 09, and 10. I was very close with that age group, 09 and 10 and 11 too. But I graduated in 12. So
okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Cool. What was your first introduction to money?
My first introduction to money was I actually did a job from my pops. Like he had like he worked in like an office and he had a bunch of like paperwork and files. And I sat there for like 6 hours refiling his files like alphabetical like order. And he paid me like $65.
Okay. And what was kind of like your first emotion to like receiving that $65 from your pops?
Honestly, it felt good. Like I was just like, man, I really worked for this. Like, you know, like this is what's up. I asked him like, is there anything else he needed me to do? Then he started getting kind of reckless, you know, trying to get me to do
$20.
I was like, I don't know about that. But but he instilled in me work ethic, which is what I appreciate. You know, that's what I needed. So that's what it taught me for surely.
Facts. Yeah. No, the reason I ask is because I want to know, like, if that was your first introduction, right, to the emotion of working for money, but also to the emotion of kind of yearning for it in a sense that it was like, shit, now I got it. What other hustles can I do? You feel me? And you asked your dad, but then you realize, man, he tried to give me like $20 for like 100 pieces of paper. Like, you know what I mean? So like at that point, it's like, okay, what else can I do? And what like that I could get the same type of money for less work. When did you kind of have that feeling?
Oh, what else could I do?
Like
work and get paid more.
Yeah, a regular example, or just like a regular example I get is like, the first like time I had that hustle feeling was I used to sell candy in school, right? Because you go buy a pack for $8 and each bar is, $2, right? So
right. I want to say, bruh, it had to be around 6th grade because I sold some candy too. Now I'm gonna be real, it wasn't the best thing. My sister laughed at it now. We went to Rite Aid and we would steal candy bars and shit like that. But then after that, come to school and then kind of like get them off or barter with people. But that was the first time I'm just like, oh, okay, like you could flip something, so.
Yeah, flipping, and people don't realize like how important it is to flip young, right? Because you kind of understand that process.
Right.
You understand how to use your mouth. You understand negotiation. You understand what it means to buy low and sell high, right? Exactly. So you start to understand these, and I think it's very good, like if you got kids, to introduce this kind of mindset, right, at a young age, because it's going to help them. And I hate when, I get it, but I hate when people say, let the kids be kids, right? Because, man, if I would have knew what I knew today when I was a kid, I'd be happy as fuck and rich as fuck. Man. Come on, man. So you can't just let the kids be kids because your kid gonna grow up like a kid. Your kid always gonna be a kid, right? So at some point you got to start instilling these mindset shifts. And that's what I kind of try and teach. Every time I like post a video on TikTok about like financial literacy or how important it is to start the kids off, or when I post my book, right? Because I wrote a children's book back there, right? Teaching financial literacy. And when I post that or do any promo, the first thing is like, let the kids be kids. Like, bro, that's your problem. I know what type of human being you are. You feel me? Like, so
you want the kids to come to you for the answers and not have their own answers.
Exactly.
They already in the information age. Give them information.
Facts, like everything's Googleable and YouTubeable. But and I feel it. Cool. So let's talk about your music journey. And kind of, so you start writing in 6th grade, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
My fault. When I wrote that verse, I was like freshman year of high school.
Okay, freshman year, and did you start doing like the little freestyles at lunchtime? Your friends was like, "Come on."
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I was still shy. Like I was still like in the background. Like you wanna know when I first time like I really freestyle and just let go.
Yeah.
I want to say I had to be like 18, like at college. I went to Howard, so like I got there. Yeah, and it was a melting pot. And I remember this. We was on the dorm room. It was like our one partner. He was like 6'5" from Nebraska, but was a Crip and was like really into rap.
Wait, what? Nebraska got Crips?
Bruh, it's a lot going on. You feel me? And then, bruh, then the other partner, bruh, like he was from LA, but then he started busting. And then my other partner from the town, he spit. And I was just like, well, shit, he can't be the only town nigga rapping. Yeah. And then I just started going. And then after that, he looked at me. He was like, bruh, he said, you rap? And I was like, nah, not really, but, you know, kind of. And then from there, that's when
That's crazy. Okay, I like that, but I want to pause real quick. So I didn't know you went to Howard. So let's talk about that and why you picked Howard. What was your intentions on studying? Like, let's go into that a little bit.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really a simple dude. Howard was the first school I applied to, and I did early admin.
Okay.
And I got in. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to college. Here it goes. Like,
Here it goes.
And I did apply to other schools, but I'll be real. I didn't put the same effort into it. You know, once I was already knowing I was going to college in like December when we was graduating in like May, I was like, oh,
I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did early too, I think. So it was cool. I already knew where I was going. I was rocking the hoodie around campus. Like, fuck it. Y'all stressed out over there. You feel me? Like,
oh, cool. Hey, but the craziest thing though, how things come full circle. Later on, like I looked at my dad's room one day, and I remember seeing this when I was a kid. He had a headband, and the headband was a Howard headband. And I didn't even like it didn't correlate to me like all these years what I was looking at.
He was tuning it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then when I went there and I saw it, and I'm like, oh wait, it's been in the house the whole time. So yeah,
that's dope, man. Congrats. What did you study?
Psychology.
Hey, me too, man. Me too. What made you want to study psych?
Honestly, I had a dope ass teacher in high school by the name of Mr. Filson, and like, bro, it was crazy. It's like the coolest white dude. He had a little froggy voice, like a froggy jazz. He was just hella cool. But then I sat in on one of his classes. I didn't take psychology in high school. I sat in on one of his classes because we had a psychology class, and I just saw like the way he was like breaking things down and going about things in just different perspectives and looking at things from different angles. It just sparked my curiosity to really want to dive into that and give back to people.
That's super dope. What high school you went
to? St. Mary's.
Oh, you went to St. Mary's. Oh shit, yep. That's dope. Did you go with the twins? Dominique,
Demetrius and Dominique.
Yeah, that's the same. That's around the same year. Dope.
Yeah, I was there when I was there. I think when I was a senior, they were sophomores and they went to state.
Yeah. I used to go over there and practice because I went to Berkeley High, so I used to go over there and practice with all of them. And then I ended up playing one of them in college because we both were in Colorado. So just crazy how it all full circle. But
6 degrees.
Bro, it's crazy. It's like, bro, we from the Bay. We over here playing each other in Colorado with all these white people.
That's so crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool. So psychology, did you have any intention of using that degree after? Because, you know, when people think psychology, they think like, oh, therapist, or like you got to get a PhD to do anything, right, with it. Well, did you have any intentions of using it?
My first intention was I wanted to be a sports psychologist. You feel me? I was still really kind of tapped into like, man, I could help players through these certain type of situations and, you know, get into that. And then at one point, you know, because I saw I had to do certain steps, I went to an MFT program, and doing that is what got up to a whole new world. Because then I was in like houses and in the community, and I was working with like kids, but sometimes that would carry over into like family therapy because I had to talk to the parents too about situations and
let people know what MFT is.
Marriage, family. Bro, it's been a minute. You know the last one?
I think it's therapy.
Marriage, family
therapy. Yeah. Okay. So damn. So you just you was going into people's houses and shit and like learning shit like that. That's crazy. That's that real experience right there. That's
real story I got. I had actually kept a kid from getting kicked out of his house because he was a foster kid, and they were about to put in like the 11-day notice. And I just remember having to really like sit with the parents. And I'm still thankful I said this to them. I'm like, the only thing I want to ask is, do you feel like you put in the most effort for him? If you feel like you maximize your effort and you're doing the best you can for him, put the notice in. And they didn't put the notice in. So I remember that was like my biggest like therapy moment where like, yes.
Damn. Damn,
Mm.
that just made my skin tingle. Good job, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, man, that's dope. Damn, sports therapy. You know, I that's exactly what I wanted to do. My thesis was actually on sports therapy, and it's hilarious because I went to like an all white school, and so my thesis was white men can't jump. It was based on the movie. I did experiments, and I had these white people jumping, trying to see what their vertical was compared to like the 3 black people in the school. That was my thesis, and the white teachers loved it.
Hey, bro, you go crazy for that.
Yeah. I was like, we gonna test this theory right here. You feel me? I was the only black basketball player on the team for like 2 years until we got like a really bouncy dude. This dude was, I throw him something just half court. He's crazy. But yeah, I was like, man, yeah, but so that's hilarious, man. Okay, so in college, if you were to go back to college, what things would you kind of have done differently as far as shaping where you would want to be at your age now?
If I would have did anything different in college, I think financial literacy. I think I would actually maybe try to like learn more things in that aspect. But
okay,
to be honest, besides that, I wouldn't change a thing because it got me to where I'm at right now. I was damn near a dorm room rapper. That's when it kicked up. Like college got me in the incubator then, and that's when and when I think about that, I actually like I appreciate those times. I went to parties, I was social enough, but like for sure it was like rapping was therapy then.
Are you an extrovert or introvert?
Oh man, it depends on who you talk to.
You're like, it depends if you talk to a close friend or like a stranger, right?
But I like to say for surely I lean more towards the introvert side. But the more I get comfortable, I can cut up. You feel me? I can have fun. But like no, I tend to stay to myself. I be to myself. Less drama equals a more peaceful life.
Yeah. You ever play sports?
I play football.
Football until when? High school?
Yeah, to senior year.
Okay, nice. What position?
Running back and defensive back.
Hey, that's nice. That's dope. That's dope. Damn, St. Mary's, they was good back then, right?
No, we weren't.
Oh, I think it was after then. After you, no, we
weren't. Hey, we was decent. We was decent, and then my senior year, we actually were like one game away from making the playoffs, and then it was like some boozy shit. Like the team that we were about to play, Kennedy forfeited, and a forfeit didn't count as an actual win, so we couldn't make the playoffs. But we had like
that's right. Y'all was in the same bracket as Kennedy. I forgot. They changed the brackets now.
I heard about that. Yeah,
crazy. Like Berkeley High's with Bishop O'Dowd, which that should have been happened, but that's crazy. So
that's saucy. Okay,
that's saucy, right? Like, them games be lit. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Well, I guess this is very similar to the question that I just asked, but I want you to answer it differently. I usually ask the same question. It's called the Hella Misguided segment. I ask the same question to each person who comes up here, and that question is, if you were to write a summary to your 18-year-old self, what would that be about?
If I could write to my 18-year-old self, I would tell myself to speak up more, because when you speak, more people listen than you know.
Okay. And what? Give me some examples. So, like, when would you speak up more? At what times? It seems like you have a specific thought in mind, so I want to get to that.
Mm-hmm. I think speak up for myself. I think I've always been kind of quiet. I've had like I get these thoughts out in music, and people just like, and I know a lot of people just like, bro, I never know you thought this, or like I didn't even know you were like when it all kind of came about. But even in high school, I remember like there'd be times where like I say certain things, or like or I would kind of make a comment, and I would catch some people being like, hey, yeah, bro, I feel you, or like, like I didn't know you thought that, and when I didn't peep that then, that my voice actually had power then. So it's like you might as well speak up now.
Facts. No, that's good. That's good information. I like that. Okay. And when do you feel, right? Because all right, here's like the tricky part, right? When you're into, doing psychology work, you're working with the community, like you say you were, and we'll get into that. But and then all of a sudden now Ian Kelly comes out and he's a rapper, right? In your own neighborhood. And people are like, wait, I know Ian Kelly from like St. Mary's football. Like he's a football player, or he's an introvert that went to Howard, right? Or like they don't know you as a rapper. So when did people start considering you a rapper and taking you seriously as a rapper and having your voice as that platform?
I want to say I think people started taking it more serious after my third or fourth year in it. Okay. I started seeing friends who I went to high school with just kind of like DM me like, wow, I never knew you went through all that. And honestly, like I had one friend hit me up and she was like, hey, I know a lot of guys who are rapping right now, but you're actually saying something and I appreciate that. And, I think at that point, that's when I'm just kind of like, all right, like, I think now people are starting to see me. Like, I just told you about Howard and I just told you about, that. But, like, I'm from Oakland, there's a ton of stories that go along with that, just living life, just growing up here. So I think people started to see that. And when they started to see that, they started to realize like, oh no, he's really an artist. The story goes deeper than what we saw.
Yeah, facts. That's dope. When did you, how long has it been since you rapping now? Like,
to be real, bro, I hopped off the porch with it like 20 years old. I think first time I really kind of dabbled in it was like 18, but I didn't take it serious till 20.
Okay, cool. And so when you started to like, right, get into this industry, what were some of like some of the hurdles that you faced when first getting in? Like, what was kind of the hardest for you to get over?
I think understanding what it means to build community and probably maybe ego. I think when you're young as an artist, I think everybody's ego can get there. You feel me? You may feel like, hey, I'm one of these guys, or you may feel like, I think I get my worth is this much. But in the same breath, like you have to build community and people have to feel you. You can't just come popping up and then just come talking. Sometimes people are gonna look at you like, who is this? Do you feel me? Like when you actually show that you're building and trying to be around other artists, I think that's when I started like recognizing like, man, we all going through something. We all trying to build art, I think we're all trying to find our peace in our own type of way. And you feel me? I think that's what helped me out a lot.
Yeah. Damn, that's good, bro. Good gems dropped right there.
I do what I can, brother.
I feel it. Okay, so getting into the industry, you deal with how people look at you, right? Changing from football player to rapper or whatever you're doing in the industry. And then you have to deal with kind of the stigmas of a rapper in itself, right? Or the stereotypes of a rapper in itself, right? Or, baggy clothes, all they care about is jewelry, cars, women, right? How did you and when did you decide that you were going to be different in what you rap about? Because, and I've heard this and people have come up here, but there's some rappers who started off lyrical. Actually, there's not some, like a lot of rappers started off lyrical, but it just doesn't work because that's not what, like, people don't want to listen to headphone music all day, right? And so what a lot of these rappers, and some of them are open about it, is they were like, I just had to go where the money is, or I just had to go where the sound was trending, right, to get noticed. And then I'll revert back to it. It doesn't seem like you kind of strayed away from that, right? It seems like you're very tuned in on speaking from your heart, and I love that you have a heart poster right behind you. So, what made you stay true to that core value?
Honestly, bro, I know some people like, I'm gonna go where the money is. For me, I kind of go where the healing is at. You feel me? That's what really lands for me. I got records where I got a couple turned up joints like
you need those.
You need those. I'm having fun too. But I think for me, once again, bro, this is therapy for me. You feel me? Like I'm not giving you therapy turned up 9 times out of 10 times 10 days. You feel me? Like I'm that's not really helping me. Like therapy is going through every aspect. Let me tell you about a low moment. Let me tell you about when I had $1 in my pocket. Let me tell you how I came up 100 grand in my pocket. Let me tell you how I lost that. You know, like it's just like examples, you know, just like that's what's really gonna help me get through and other people get through. You know, a lot of times when I'm like rapping, shit, there's a good chunk of time talking to myself.
Yeah, nah, I feel it. And that's kind of how I started too, is like, it was therapy for me. It was kind of just my diary, right? And at first I actually started rapping because of poetry. I really like poetry. And I would start just doing poetry with the stanzas, everything. Like that was my thing. And then I was like, I just throw this shit on a beat. Like, fuck it, we'll just go from there. And I realized like over time, like, because I was so into poetry and storytelling, I wasn't always hitting the pockets, right? And so I kind of had to learn how to get into those pockets, how to become a rapper, an artist, or like and develop that over time. And so yeah, it's interesting you say it's therapy, because it starts off as therapy, right? And then you get to a certain point of fame, or you get to a certain point of it's not therapy no more. This is a job. Like if I don't make music, I don't make money. If I don't make music, I don't get more fans. If I don't do shows, I'm stuck. I'm not really a rapper. So at what point and how do you manage kind of that shift? Because that was therapy, but now it's a job for you. So what is therapy now?
That's a great one. That's a great one. Honestly, luckily, this is still partially therapy, but I found myself, I've been back in the gym more, and I've been back, like reading on like the late night more, where I like kind of like open up a book and just kind of like take my mind somewhere or grow my mind in a certain place, in a certain way. And I think that has definitely created like a lot of balance. And for me, bro, the way I believe things, if you love something and you passionate about it, you'll make money from it. Like money is going to come. And I feel like when you focus on that, you know, it's a longer game than the short play, but I think in the end, it turns out to what you want it to be. And, you know, throughout the long game, you learn different things. I learned about syncs and, you know, placements and different things like that. How do you, get your merch together? I feel like when you really love it, you just find other ways to make dough, even when people don't see it.
Yeah, nah, I like that. Good point. Damn, I just had the question. Where did it go? I forgot. Damn it. It was a good one too. I was about to stump you right there. Fuck. Anyways, we'll move on. It hit me back. But speaking of like learning the syncs and stuff. Oh, I found it. What books are you reading at late night that you were talking about?
It's Defining Moments in Black History by Dick Gregory.
Defining Black History. Cool. Any other ones?
Right now, I'm one at a time. Right now, I'm not deep in on that one, but I have some other ones in the tuck I want to get on to. My brother from another actually has like a literary book, or literacy book. You feel me? Financial literacy book.
Okay.
He wants me to kind of tap into. So,
do you listen to podcasts regularly?
And I just started getting more into listening to podcasts. Honestly, I finally turned off the mixtapes, and I was like, okay, let me listen to some people.
You turned off the Lil Wayne, Weezy mixtapes.
Hey, hold on, wait! I gotta say this. I was at Blind Tiger last night, and they had the craziest playlist. They were playing Dedication Wayne. They was playing like old school Slim Thug joints I ain't heard in a minute. Like, bro, they was going crazy. Like, we asked the dude, like, what is this? He was like, UGK playlist on Pandora. So if y'all want to tap into like old Wayne randomly, there you go.
That's so random. Bruh. You had to get that in there now, because
I was like, what? What's going on? Like, it's saucy.
You like, this hit right. I remember this. That's funny. Okay, cool. So podcasts, as far as podcasts, you know what, the reason I like podcasts is because I get so tired when reading, and also I never have time to just sit down and read, right? And so I could listen to a podcast, throw it into the headphones, and do whatever I gotta do, right? And move around. That's why I kind of like it, or audible books. I love audiobooks. Audiobooks. It's kind of, you could do multiple shit. and stuff. So yeah, definitely. Okay, as far as building wealth, right? In music, it's hard because you don't really make money off streaming. Like everybody knows that. You don't make your money off of sitting. You don't get paid to sit at the desk and write, right? That would be amazing. But you're not on a W-2. So most of the money comes from merch. Most of the money comes from shows. And outside stuff that you're doing, right? Whether it's collaborating, whether it's you being the face of a product or something, right? And so those opportunities, you gotta submit yourself to a lot, right? Are there any other ways you're building wealth outside of music?
Well, okay, you said outside of music.
Outside, so like we're talking stocks. Do you?
Yeah,
stocks?
I was about to say, I've actually been investing a lot into cryptocurrency and stocks. I actually about a year and a half ago, I actually bought Tesla before the stock split. So you feel me? That was like when I saw like, okay, I'm starting to see how this like really works. A couple Discord groups too. Just finding that what's it called, passive income. That that the money that just keeps coming. Definitely. And to be real, music is really a lot of my job. So, I've been trying to find different ways with that. Recently, I done found out more about NFTs and how to kind of get going in that area. So that's something else I'm about to venture into for surely.
So yeah, I mean, you don't have to give all the secrets of what you got coming if you don't want to, but that is a good thing, NFTs, because that's a great thing for artists, as far as copyright and stuff. So what kind of stuff are you planning to get into as far as NFT, like an album, special, I don't know, special, like I've seen baseball cards. So like rappers do like a baseball card that was like signed of them, which is pretty dope. What kind of stuff do you want to get into?
Really, I've been thinking about this probably for a minute now too. I want to drop a NFT project. That's something I really want to do. And then I have some other things I've been working on in regards to, like, I have a graphic designer homie who's been making some things, but I definitely want to for surely drop a NFT EP at some point.
Yeah.
I can't tell everybody exactly when, but it's for surely a goal that's going to get hit. So yeah.
For sure. That's dope. Yeah, I mean, I think that's great, and you got to get into that space early, right? Okay, that's cool. Okay, so you're in stocks. What about real estate?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie.
That was a quick nah. He said.
I was like, you gotta put some. I gotta sit down with somebody and they put me on that one.
Yeah. How come you're not? How come it hasn't? How come?
Honestly, bro, I think maybe even some of my own ignorance. I think sometimes I get caught up in moving around and doing what I'm doing so much. Sometimes I stop I don't stop to look at things like that. But I'm learning for surely more about how to invest into property. And honestly, I want to Airbnb my spot out, but that's a whole other situation. I'm living somewhere else, but my father's house, my father passed away. Me and my mom are actually figuring out what we want to do with that. And that's created a whole new world and, topic of stories for me in different type of situations, especially, being in Oakland, a lot of shit is getting gentrified, a lot of shit is getting taken up. And to be, a Black family, with that type of situation, right now, me and my mom are discussing if we're going to keep the house or sell the house. So it becomes a whole new world where it's like, okay, well, let's look at all the pros, all the cons, and let's figure out what's really best for us, so.
Yeah, no, I asked this question especially to the people who are very focused on what they're doing, like very passionate about what they're doing. As far as artists, I've seen filmmakers, these kind of jobs that just take up all your time, or they need all your focus, and you don't really have time to invest in other things. And the reason I ask this is because I've fallen into like the same thing. Like when I was really heavy in like the rapping stuff, and like right after college was like, I'm doing this shit. I'm about to move to LA, whatever. I started to see that was my only thing I was focused on. And what I wish back in the day is that I would have been invested in Tesla. I would have been invested in Bitcoin, right? In these type of things. I would have bought real estate before the pandemic, because as you see, one house has bought you your financial freedom in just the last 2 years because of the pandemic. So if I would have bought a house before then, oh my God, right? So it's like, that's why I always ask these questions, is because I know we get wrapped up in these things, but I also want you, and I'm glad you even just admitted it. You were like, I'm kind of ignorant about it. You know, you might be the second person that's only said that on here about how they know they're slacking and they want to better themselves, right? And the people listening, I hope they take that to heart, because you won't know until you get through that door. A lot of people are like, I got time. But see, that's the one thing that you don't got, right? Because in investing, whether it's stocks, real estate, or a business, or your music, the one thing you can't get back is time. And the one thing that helps investing is time, because you can start investing young and invest and then stop 5 years later, and you still have more money than the person who invested, who waited until they were ready, quote unquote, right? And so that's what I try to instill is you got to put your foot in the door.
Hey, hey, keep me accountable, black man.
Yeah.
As well as, bro, like one thing I did pick up and learn for surely, especially like when the pandemic hit, life insurance. I actually got like a life insurance plan. So now at least, you know, and I'll be paying it. And at least when I hit like 62, I know some money's there. You know, so just stuff like that, I for surely have taken time.
Did you get a term life or a cash value?
Cash value.
Cash value. Okay, cool. There's a huge debate on which one's better, and honestly, I still don't know till this day. So, you know, I've heard examples of cash values not being paid out, especially to Black people. And then I've heard, you know, term life is just like, it's only for a term. So if I outlast the term, I just wasted all that money, you know. In this crazy ass world, you never know, right? Especially in East Oakland. Yeah, man. So yeah, I appreciate the honesty, for real. Thank you. No. We just got a few more questions and then we're gonna wrap up. All right, if that's cool with you.
All good.
All right, cool. How do you feel about partnerships? Music is kind of tricky in a sense because it's almost like a short-term partnership, unless you have, you know, that producer that you've been working with, that mixer that gets your sound perfectly and no one else can. How are partnerships with you? Because I was talking the other day about kind of being in the world of music and hopping in and you not having a structure set up, right? Split sheets, or you kind of just, hey, I want to work with this person. Let's just work and figure it out later. So how does partnerships work in your industry?
One, I would definitely say teamwork makes the dream work, but for surely partnerships, definitely and the more you get into it, you need contracts, you need stuff written out, even if it is like music, like, you know, have things written out. I had a writer gig for a second where I was, you know, writing for an artist, but you know, before we had, you know, made our verbal contract, we also said like, hey, let's definitely get paperwork as we're talking about verbally, and then write it down and then make sure everything is sealed, signed, and delivered. For me, I love partnerships, but I'm also in the space now, I'm just like, it has to be done correctly. You know, I've been in long enough to see, you know, finesse moves and see where kind of sometimes, you know, miscommunication can lead to a problem later down the line. So I'm just like, paperwork makes all that smooth.
Yeah. And it's also a mindset, right? Because not everyone's gonna have the same mindset or work ethic as you. What I'm noticing is that when I try and get into a partnership, they just don't have the same work ethic as me, right? It's just like, and that's not like a hump. That's not a brag, right? It's just like, look, I literally love working. Like I love, and everything needs to be detailed. Like I'm a super detailed person, right? So if it's not drawn out, if I don't see a future for it, then I'm not going to put all my energy if you're not going to do it. So why should we be 50-50 if I'm doing 80% of the work? You feel me?
Right. Just speaking on that, working, so I got a manager within the last year and a half, and that really opened my brain to like what like a real partnership is, because me and him talk every day. Like damn near like my best friend now, you know. Like
y'all married now. That's pretty much a partnership is marriage.
Bro, and we may only even talk like 30 minutes real quick, you know, but like it shows me though, like honestly, like we keep each other going. Like he'll let me know a
Yeah.
play, and then I'll show him like what I've worked on. He's like, oh, I know what I could do with that. Then I let him know like, hey, I
Ah,
just got this play, and he was just like,
yeah.
okay. And then like so it's constant energy where it shows me like I know what you mean. Like when you have a solid partnership,
Yeah.
things happen. My
Mm.
life changed within a year once I met this person, which then led me to meeting another person, and that's how you kind of start. I realized that's how you start building your team. Like
Mm-hmm.
when it grows organically, that's how you find the partnerships who equal that type of, you feel me, that type of energy.
Is he from the East?
Bro, he from New York.
Oh wow, what he doing out? He's out here, or he's still in New York? Oh, okay. So
Right,
it's
bro, one thing led to another. He wrote an article on me, and after he
okay.
wrote an article on me, his name is Brandon Went, and after
Okay.
he wrote an article on me, I was like, bro, this article is dope. I'm like, would you mind like being a personal writer? I can't pay you right now. I'm like, but we can write something out later on where I can. He was like, bet. He was like, you saying that verbally lets me feel comfortable. Let's do it. So then from there, he just started going up. And then one day, bro, he was like, hey, can I get like your one sheet, whatever? So the label made one from me, the manager label. And then after that, he was like, all right, I'm gonna ship it around. He's like, hey, bro, can I put my name on it? I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Go ahead, put your name on it. He put his name on it. He hit me up 2 days later. All right, you're gonna be on this playlist, like just
Yeah.
whatever. I'm like, all right, it's cool. A week go by. He's like, all right, but playlist is coming out. He's excited. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. I look up, it's on the bars playlist, the Apple Music bars playlist, and I'm just like, wait. And I'm like, hold on, bro. I'm like, this, and then he was like, yeah. He was like, in 3 days, you got a interview with Ebro too, or like Ebro in the morning type of thing. I'm like, what? So like,
You say, here go the check.
I'm like, you know what, bro? Like, yeah, we're gonna make this very solid. So trust me, as things go on, like that man's gonna be good because I'm gonna make sure of it. You feel
Yeah.
me? And that's
Yeah.
how you build like
That's good. You gotta take care of each other. And I think that's how partnerships work, is when you can grow together, not when one has something over the other, right?
Right.
It's when you both are in the trenches or both want to get that start and have that first motivation, that eagerness, right? So that's good, bro. Congrats on that. That's amazing. And I want a question about partnerships. You get a lot, especially in this industry, of people who are like, nah, I don't really like working outside of people, or I just like working with my day ones, right? The people I grew up with. What are kind of the cons of that?
The cons of that is like, what's technically a day one? Because you meet a new person, don't you create a day one with them? You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just
Hey,
like,
don't
like,
diss Drake like that, bro. Come on, man. He gonna come after you, bro.
But no, like the pros is like working with people you're familiar with. It can be dope, and they can have your back, and and they can they know what's going on. They know you, so it helps them work with you. But sometimes knowing people can also hinder you, because it's like, man, bro, we finna go hit the weed in 2 hours. Like, why you want me to do that? Or like,
Yeah.
bro, we gotta go hoop in a minute. Like, why I would do that right now? Like, it's like, nah, bro. Like, we need to focus on these things so we can like knock shit out, so we can get where we're trying to get to. So you feel me? Like, yeah,
that's facts.
That could be the pros and cons.
That's heavy right there, because it's also like, I've met people who like are new, right? And you just randomly meet them and you just feel that like, whoa, like we work really well together, right? We just met and they're now my like new friends, right? As opposed to these people that I've known for years, and it's like, yeah, we just ain't got similar interests,
Right.
And there's nothing bad about that.
Nothing bad about it. The biggest thing, I think, like one of my older homies told me that I kept with me, he was like, love your people where they at. Love your people for who they are. And that taught me instantly, like, in a sense, like, all right, like, nah, we may not need to do this. I'm gonna work with this person here. I know where you love me at. So I love you here in this realm, but this person here is gonna like help me with this. And like me knowing that initially helped me out. Cause when you first start, when you're first an artist, and and you see people's like, damn, like, bro ain't repost my music, or like, why that person ain't do that, or like da-da-da. But you had to stop. It's like, love your people for where they at. Like, their job as your friend isn't to be your fan. Their job is to be your friend and to be your loved one. So let them be that, and go create your business partner over here. Go create your next fan over here. And the ones who want to be on your team, they're gonna step up like, hey, bro, like, I want to do this. Or if you ask them to, like, hey, do you want to do this? They'll be like, fuck it, let's take it on with. Like, you feel me? Like, that's how you really get it going.
Yeah, it's crazy. I started noticing this too. Is like, all right, when I would like post like I'm performing, I'm opening up for Davies or like people, and then I'd promote shows, and I'd be like, I know hella people, so I'ma sell hella tickets, right? Like, and you realize it's like, oh damn, like they don't really fuck me. They don't really want to fuck with me on the music side like that. But in my head, I'm like, nah, they should though, because they fuck with me, right?
Right.
But you're right. It's like love people for what, How do you say it again? You say it again?
I said love people where they at.
Where they at.
And for who they are. So like if you know this is the situation and you know who they are, that's where you love them at. You feel me?
Yeah.
Don't put 10 on 2. You feel me?
Don't put 10 on 2. And then I like started, so it was the music thing that was kind of like the first realization of like, oh, they don't want to fuck with me on this level. And those people who didn't want to fuck with me on this level are now really fucking with me on this Turo, Airbnb, financial literacy level. And I'm like, yo, where was you at like 4 years ago when I had a passion for this shit? You feel me? Mm-hmm. And now you want information and secrets from me. You know what I mean? It's cool. It's cool. I give you the secrets, but it's just like, damn, okay. Nothing you could do at that point.
It's nothing you could do, but you know what? I think it's all things that we've all take on the chin, and I feel like if you're somebody who's willing to grow, you'll take it on the chin and you'll see it as a learning lesson. You feel me?
Facts. Cool. All right. We're gonna wrap it up. The way I like to wrap it up is with a segment called Guided Conclusions, and that segment ends with a question that we haven't talked about before this episode. So it could be anything. It could be funny, sad, emotional. I could make you cry if I want to. Not saying, okay. But today's question is: in the next month, 30 days, what are you gonna work on to better yourself?
In the next 30 days, what I'm going to do more to better myself is actually work on my, timeliness.
What you mean?
I can sometimes get backtrack and be kind of late, and because I'm always on my own time.
Oh, not black people time?
It's like your own. There you go. That is my own time.
Yeah.
But like, no, be more timeliness and actually be more present. I think those are the 30 things I'm gonna focus on the next 30 days. I've had a lot going on where my mind's been here and there, and I think sometimes I'll be around people and won't be present enough because I have to stop and be like, wait, bro, what'd you just say again? Or like I had to stop and like, what were we
you thinking about? In your head, you thinking about that next album, and they over here talking about what you want for food.
You feel me? So yeah, be more timely and be more present.
I like that. More present. I got to work on that too. Can we at the Misguided hold you accountable in the next month?
Yes, you can.
All right. I appreciate that. And I'm going to do that challenge with you because I agree. My wife sometimes be like saying some shit. I'd be like, huh? She hate that shit.
Bro. My woman will be happy too that I just said that. So.
Yeah. She over there clapping. She heard it. He said something good. That's funny. That was funny. Nah, man. Ian, I appreciate you coming up here. This was amazing, man. And yeah, I hope that you flourish in your passion, and everything goes well for you. And the Misguided community is here for you, to help you. So you're not tunnel vision on just music. You feel me? Let's get you invested in some good stuff.
Once again, I highly appreciate you for this, bro. This actually was one of the better interviews and just conversations I've had actually in a minute. Yeah. And like I said earlier, keep me accountable, black man. Keep me accountable.
Facts. Dope. Well, go ahead and drop all your socials, your freestyles, your YouTubes, all that shit.
All good. You can find me at First Name Ian on Twitter, IG. I just dropped a project in January called Long Way From Home EP. You can find that on all streaming platforms, DSPs. I plan to drop something quarterly, so you're going to see me more.
What's your favorite song off the album? Go.
Oh, favorite song, Down Slow, featuring Jane Hancock and Dame Drummer.
Jane Hancock is amazing. I've been listening to it for years. I actually we were speaking in a DM the other day. I wanted to do an in-person interview with you, but this is crazy. This month has been crazy. But we're gonna get one, all right? We're gonna get one in Oakland. I already got the studio. But Jane Hancock, I'm trying to get a in person with her. And she hit me and was like, I'm in LA right now, just traveling. I was like, man, hit me when you back, because we're gonna get one. Because she's on everything.
She's on everything. I love her to death. That's friend. You feel me? Like, she's a special person. And no lie, bro, when you do that interview with her, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I see why she's so special. So
yeah, facts. So it's coming. But hey, you heard it here. This is the Misguided Podcast. We intend to guide you to a better future. My name is Juwan. Again, I'm sitting here with Ian Kelly, and we'll see you on the other side. Yes, sir.